What's up, babies? It's your boy. Wait, no, I keep... It's the SydeQuest. Show about game.
There it is.
People that play him. I am your boy. I'm him. Tremayne Labs, also known as Him Possible. Thank you, Rachel. I had to put that one on. I can't believe I didn't think of it.
I mean, I'm pretty proud of myself for that
Honestly,
one. I have to admit. Like, thank you.
What's up, baby? Ron! I'm back!
Run! Run!
Welcome back, baby!
I didn't have one for today.
There we go.
There you go. I was swindled by a mouse.
Okay.
By a mouse.
There was a mouse there. He took all my money.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I want to hear a lot.
You
about
wouldn't
that.
be the only
We'll
victim.
bring some stuff up. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many victims there. Jeez. The amount of bubble wands flying around, lots of victims.
Ooh, not
Looking
the
at
bubble.
In the
looking
place
at
of the
wallets
mouse.
crying.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Screaming. Just, everyone's ass just...
You ever play Conquer's Bad Fur Day?
Yes.
It like the money screaming. You
Yeah.
Help me! Somebody get me! Big dog. We're gonna come back to you. I want to hear a lot of things.
I want to hear a lot about it. Okay. I'm Drew, aka Life Finds a Way.
Life finds a way.
Yeah, man. Today, yeah. It is Jurassic Park week.
Yes.
We're getting a new Jurassic Park world. Jurassic
Park named thing.
Jurassic World thing.
Jurassic Universe thing.
Yes.
I don't really know
I
why.
feel like I haven't heard anything about it. I have
Comes
no
out on
idea.
Wednesday.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Straight up comes out on Wednesday.
Thought it was like an
And-
announcme for one coming out in the future.
No,
I
it
missed
is.
it
I know it got ScoJo in it.
Yeah.
It does have
And
Scarlett
that's-
Johansson.
Oh, okay.
Mostly
Huh?
all I care about.
That's fine. Yeah.
I will watch
little
that.
bit dinosaurs.
I'm very excited because I'm always excited about it.
yeah,
For sure.
All of the branding is Jurassic World. All of the merch says Jurassic Park. And it's just kind of like pick a lane,
Right, yeah.
Yeah, definitely
right.
pick one.
right?
Right.
Because the relaunch was Jurassic World because that was the name of the theme park that was actively open and
Right,
people
yeah.
were
Right.
going to.
Right.
They weren't currently dying at.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the time.
At the time. Yes.
Because they had figured out all the safety things until they made unsafe.
Hey, look, guys, we fixed it.
Yeah. What if we unfix it though?
What if we
That'll
mutated?
be so much more fun.
Yeah. So yeah. So we can talk. Yeah, but that's
We'll get there.
Yeah.
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 Okay. We'll come back to you.
I'm Rachel, aka Virginia Slim Light.
Okay.
I went through the drive-thru today and actually for the first time in my life looked at a pack of cigarettes that my mom used to smoke and was like, damn. Those look nice.
All right.
Like for the first time in a long time.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't buy them though.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's also because they didn't have any.
Oh, thank God.
Jesus.
Jeez. So you saw the ad and it called to you.
It's all my aunt's fault, not
Yeah.
not mine. I went
Yeah.
to my aunt's house this weekend and she was smoking
chimneying it up.
the cigarettes I used to steal from my mom when I was in high school. And, and I
Brings
was
it
like,
back.
I might need one of those.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all.
Oh, God.
I didn't do it.
That's
It's
why I don't
fine.
drink
I didn't do
anymore.
it. It's
Yeah.
fine.
That's
Okay.
why I don't drink anymore.
It's A-okay.
Because drinking leads to smoking.
Sure does.
I don't want
And
to do that
smoking
anymore.
leads.
To worse asthma than I already have.
That's true.
Yes.
And lots of other bad things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a plethora, really.
Yeah. Like
Ooh.
mean,
the
who needs
list
to
is
breathe?
long as hell.
it really is. Yeah. It's actually like longer than the list of things it doesn't lead to.
You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have
do I
issues
love
with my
it.
pregnancy.
What's so interesting about pregnancies?
Well, okay, yeah.
Did you know the Plan B pill doesn't work if you're over 185 pounds?
Really?
Oh.
They don't tell you that part.
Oh, gotcha.
They sure
Do you have to
don't.
use Plan C or? Or do they just jump to Preparation H?
You just whip out like a drawer playing C through Z.
Right, yeah.
At
Lord.
which letter does it change from a plan to a preparation?
Probably,
Ooh.
Is it at G?
Wouldn't preparation
Or
be
is-
first?
It's G?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, plan would be first. And then preparation.
Right.
You put a plan together, then you prepare to execute the plan.
Yes.
And yeah.
And then you get Voltaire and Joe.
All sounds bad to me.
Yeah, six plans. That's about right.
Six
yeah.
plans?
6 plans in preparation.
6 plans. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here you go. Fuck it. We're picking one. Start preparing.
H. So Big Dog Rock. Tell us about it. Welcome back.
Oh man, it was hot. I don't know how people live in Florida.
Yeah, I don't know.
how you live
I
there.
don't know.
Maybe you acclimatized to it. You know, whatever. Yeah,
Sure, maybe.
Heat, warm, hot, sunburn. Ouch. The had plenty of sunscreen. It was good, but it was very, very, very sweaty.
What's your SPF?
We were rocking the 50 SPF with the spray, so we were just because it was faster and it's easier with the kids and all that stuff. Nobody got burnt, so that was good.
That is a bonus.
Successful.
Yeah.
Got a little more brown.
Do you burn? Do you get sunburned?
I burn, but in a day it's tan. Okay. Yeah. It's not. It's my wife will burn, and then it'll be burned for a week or whatever, and then it won't get any darker. Sometimes me, it's just it hurts, and then all of a sudden it's a beautiful Italian skin olive tan.
Yeah.
Olive glow.
Yeah. I get reddish towards the evening, and then I wake up several shades darker in the morning.
Ooh.
I just am dark.
Yeah.
I just
get a little darker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm perpetually pale.
Perpetually
double
pale and painfully burned.
Yeah. If I don't do the SPF 50, I'm cooked. It's over. It's
You are
literally
literally
I
cooked.
still wear sunscreen
yeah.
because the sun can still give me
sure.
the cancer.
100%.
Right.
But
The Ohio
I
State.
still sunscreen.
Yeah, gotta do it. Anyways, so that was good. It was really hot. It was really expensive, but it was really fun. It was very magical. The girls had a great time in between meltdowns. Jeez, traveling with kids.
yeah.
If you're talking to a parent and you don't have kids, and they tell you they're traveling with kids, it's no big deal. They're lying. It's a lie. Dear Lord. That was the first time my kids had been on a plane and like all that stuff. So it was a lot. It was a lot to take in. It was a lot of luggage to move. And it was just like, dear Lord. But overall, it was fantastic. I was telling Rachel before the podcast, my daughter didn't let me stay in the Star Wars area long enough, which really made me angry because she's scared of it. So, but other than that, like we stayed for the fireworks at Magic Kingdom,
nice.
whatever.
Nice.
And my anxiety and claustrophobia were at an all-time, like, get me the fuck out of this
that
place.
would definitely turn
Like,
that on for me.
I was enjoying it until like the last 2 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get out of here.
I gotta fucking go.
And then it's like, show ends, and then it's a mad dash to the. And it's like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. Stay in, buckle the kids. I was like, move it, grandma.
Yeah.
It was wild, but wow, man, what an experience. That show was incredible.
Oh yeah,
and I've never seen anything like it in my life. But I will say, best ride there, hands down, for me, was Avatar's Flight of Passage. Dear Lord, that was the coolest experience I have ever experienced in my entire life for a ride.
Okay.
I mean,
awesome.
I rode the Millennium Falcon thing, didn't do it for me. It was, Well, I also, side note, they, because they have 6 seats in there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the only ride that I got to ride was like a single rider line. So like I was sitting in the back and the 2 people in front were like 6.
Yeah.
And they have the controls to the fucking Millennium Falcon.
Oh, okay.
So the whole time it was boom, 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 like just literally hitting everything.
Because it is it's less of a ride, more of a game.
It's more of a game.
Yeah.
So I was an engineer. I'm hitting buttons every time I
Right.
hit something. So it gave me something to do because we were constantly in peril.
Yeah.
So I was like, ooh, flashing lights. But like, I'm gonna be sick, but flashing lights.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I didn't get to do Rise of Resistance. We just didn't have time. That wait was way too long. If my daughter wasn't scared, we would have rode it, but she was
100%.
scared.
Yeah, I get.
So maybe
yeah.
next time
Yeah.
I'll get there, or I'll hop on Fast Pass or Lightning Lanes bullshit. A week ahead of time.
Whatever it is at the time you go back.
Yeah, but in
Gone,
that,
hopefully.
in that space. Well, I think the next time we go, they're going to have like an updated Millennium Falcon. I saw they're updating the video game part of it.
Yeah.
So it'll have the Mandalorian in it.
It's
and all that
very
kind of stuff, too.
good. Well, there's different scenarios.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You get it's kind of like Star Tours. You get different scenarios. It's very good if all 6 people in the ride are there to engage in a Star Wars shared video game cooperative experience.
Right. Yeah.
Probably not great in the environment you were in.
Definitely not.
I was with
2
Grandma, Grandpa, and the two grandkids.
Oh, fuck.
it was.
Yeah.
Let me out.
And you can't yell
Let
at
me
any
out.
of them
Right, yeah.
because you don't know them.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I told my wife. I said if we were there with like my friends who play video games. I'm like, that would have been dope. We would have collected all the things and like it would have been sick.
You would have got some kind of high score.
You literally get a score at the end. It's in money.
Right.
It's like
how many credits you earn or whatever.
Because you're earning credits and then you deduct all of the damage that you did to the Millennium Falcon.
It's like, good Lord.
When did y'all come out? Did y'all come out at a negative?
No, we didn't. I think it's because of all my fast fixes.
Definitely.
I don't know. Well, we acquired whatever you were trying to steal from the trains or whatever, so that bumped our thing. We got 2 of them, so it is what it is. But I just that Avatar experience, like my wife and I both said, like I've never ridden anything quite like that. You've ridden it, right?
Oh yeah,
yes,
yep. Several times.
Yes, and like I could rather so many. Like I didn't realize how big it would feel like so like you're sitting in that little seat and I'm like okay, I'm gonna see like a fucking theater screen and this is gonna be like 3D you know, whatever, I get it, you know, whatever, but as soon as that thing fucking I'm like, oh my god, it's everything, like I couldn't see the edges or whatever, and you literally felt like that. And I think the coolest thing on that ride, if anyone's ridden it, is like you can feel it between your legs. There's like a motion, like it like moves, like it's breathing. So because you're technically riding on a banshee, which is a living, breathing being, it's actually pushing out on your thighs. Like you can feel it breathing.
That's very cool.
I was like, this is, I feel it. I'm here. You know, I don't know. And again, I rode it by myself because my wife was out watching the kids and we were rider swapping and all that stuff. So I was in a room with a bunch of people I didn't know. And normally when I'm doing that, I don't make any noises because it's not as fun. But I just couldn't hold back. You know, like, so like when we were diving and doing all this shit, I was just like, I can't wait to do it again.
That's so cool.
It's a significant evolution on Soarin'. If you ever played or ever rode Soarin' in Epcot, which is like you're in a motion seat, like 25 feet away from an IMAX screen.
Right. Yeah.
And so like
your entire peripheral
vision, everything is the ride, like the screen. So like it is 100% immersive.
Yeah, it tricks your brain. Your brain's confused as fuck. I mean, because even like they had that at ours at the Great Lakes, the IMAX or whatever was there, and they had some of those things where like you would be sitting in a stationary chair, but how it was moving, some people would fall out of the chair. You know what I mean? Because their body's like, oh shit.
That would be me.
It was. Yeah, but no, I am excited to go back. Hopefully it won't be too many years. Like you said, they're very good at removing money from your wallet and not feeling terrible about it until you get home and you're like, oh shit. Wait a minute. And then they send me an email. I was telling them, they send me an email like, if you book a new stay in 7 days from the time that you departed, we'll give you 35% off. Okay. All right. I'm like, honey, lock up the wallet. Lock it up. Put it in the safe. Change the coat.
Don't let me see it for a week.
Right. Yeah. Let me get it away from me. No. It was really cool. We were supposed to stay in the Little Mermaid hotel or whatever, and then they upgraded us to a family suite in the Cars area. So, because we stayed at Art of Animation, which should have just been like a room with like 2 beds. Or whatever.
Like it's like a normal hotel room, but Disney-fied.
Right. Yeah. And then they said, hey, your room's ready, because we were there early. And they were like, your room's ready, and it said Cars level 2. I'm like, why are we in Cars? I'm like, we got Little Mermaid or whatever. And then we got to the room, like, oh, we got upgraded.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then my daughter was like, oh, I wanted the Little Mermaid. I'm like, honey, no, you don't.
No, you don't, kiddo.
I promise you.
I'm like, we got 3 beds in here. There's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I'm like, this place is dope. We can't afford this. We are staying here.
And you are gonna like it.
Was the Skytram running?
Yeah, the Skyliner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very because what was that? That took you to Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was very nice, and it like it took you to the back entrance of Epcot.
Yep.
You know, instead of the front where it's super busy. So like you got in a little bit easier through security. Also, we tested if my wife was carrying the diaper bag, she got stopped at security.
Oh, interesting.
Disney, I don't know what you're doing. If I carried it, I walked right through. Same bag, same contents.
Oh.
You know, I don't know.
You know what they
Too
say?
bad.
Looking at you, Disney. Looking
Ladies
at you,
in their
mouse.
diaper bags.
I'm looking at you, mouse. But also, we also got a ton of comments tying it back in here, Lorcana, we took our Lorcana cards and got them signed. And like literally every time I got them pulled out, like everyone was like pumped about it. Like the characters like, ooh, pictures of me.
Oh, that's cool.
And they were like signing it.
Yeah.
And then when we were in line for some of the other ones, people would see them like, oh my God, that's such a great idea. I'm like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
It was
Nice.
it was pretty successful. We got almost everyone we were looking for. Missed Goofy. God damn it.
Oh man.
It's all right. We'll get it next time. That's an easy one to get. And Anna and Elsa, they're hard to get. But, you know, other than that, it was great. Sorry, I'm not going to keep going on this.
It's okay.
It is.
But I think my biggest takeaway, and you know, a lot of people say, you know, it's kind of back to the monotony and the mundane when you come back. And it's almost like you almost need like an adjustment period. Like even cooking dinner tonight was like, fuck this. like going back to I worked today, so it was my first day back to work, and I'm like, I don't like this. But like the magic that like the Star Wars, like again, if I was there with friends, I would literally stay in that area probably for an entire fucking day. Like it was, I just loved that space. Everything that you could look at and just being in there just felt like you were there. And it was like, man, I would, and then with everything going on in the world, I mean, Star Wars is bad too, but like, I was like, I want to live here. You know what I mean? So that was like my sad point of leaving, is like, it was just so magical and I didn't get enough time to like look at it all. And even like Pandora was incredible, but like, I think that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, like I've never been to something like that. Like I've never felt quite that way being in a space.
Yeah, I've never been to. You know? I've never been. It's on my very big high priority list to go.
Bucket list is very large.
Have you been to like Disneyland or Disney World?
Not since I was a kid.
Okay.
I've never even.
And I really don't remember. Yeah, I was like 4.
I'm sure my kids won't remember this expensive vacation.
The only thing I remember from going to Disney when I was a kid was that I was too small to do anything, and I didn't like it. Like I was like 4.
Yeah.
Well, and my dog died when we got home. So it was like a double whammy.
Oh, you're happy now. Let's bring you back down to earth.
I super wasn't like my main core memory was that because we went like as a big family.
Oh yeah.
And like I was the youngest of all the cousins.
Sure.
I was like.
And you're the only one that didn't get to do anything.
I was just like, I got to ride like Mr. Toad's Fantastic Adventure and fucking It's a Small World while the rest of my family was like, oh, let's do this and let's do that. And I'm like, I want to do all the things that the big kid cousins are doing.
Right.
Because like, even the ones that I was like, even the closest cousins were like a year older than me, but just like big enough to.
Yeah, they had 8 more inches on you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But the Toy Story world and then Batu or the Galaxy's Edge are kind of and Pandora to an extent.
Yeah.
Are the 3 new ways that they're doing these parks. And I think the Cars one's supposed to be the same way.
Okay.
Where they're like designing the layouts of the rides and the buildings to block the other parts of the park. So like
when you walk into that area,
all you see, the moment you walk into Star Wars or to Batu. Yeah. Doesn't matter which way you look, how far up you look, how far, like every direction
is blocked.
It's blocked. Yeah. And it's actually really cool when you ride the Skyliner and you go back like outside of the park. Yeah. You can actually see it's kind of like a behind the scenes thing. Yeah. You can literally see the way that like the mountains are just like on a stick.
Right, yeah.
Right? And like on scaffolded. Like it's not even like a massively connected structure. It's just like bits and pieces on a stick and somebody like moved it over. He's like, okay, that's the right place for it. And then they bolted it down. right? Like
a little left.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's really, really cool the way that they did that. And they did a similar thing in the Toy Story area, maybe not quite as effective. Like Star Wars Zone's the newest one that they've done.
Yeah.
But then the Pandora one's very similar as well. Like when you're in Animal Kingdom, it's just like that one feels like everywhere you look, it's all blocked by like, you know.
Well, the biggest part is you can't see it from other parts of the park. The only time you can see the Star Wars or Galaxy's Edge is when you walk through the tunnel or whatever, and you are in Galaxy's Edge. So like there's not like that. that would kind of break immersion if you're standing over at the Toy Story or whatever, and then looking over and you see bits and pieces of Star Wars.
Right.
Right. So that's why they do it. And like they have like the big tunnel that goes from like the main area, the main street or whatever, and then into whatever. And it's like a regular tunnel, and then like halfway through it, like starts getting like blaster fire and like scratches, like something was flying through it, and then it turns into a cave wall or something like that. It's just the attention to detail in that area. It was just so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Did you get to ride like any of the roller coastery rides? Like
I didn't ride Tron.
Okay.
I rode Slinky Dog.
Okay.
That was cool. What other roller coasters do they have?
I did Everest in
didn't get to ride that.
Okay.
I tried to.
And then the Guardians of the Galaxy ride?
Nope.
Okay. Did you ride the Mickey Mouse
Runaway train?
Yes. That thing rules.
That was pretty cool. My kids liked that one.
And did you do Ratatouille?
Yes.
That
They
one's
loved that
also
one.
super
They
cool.
loved that one. Yeah.
Those technologies are really interesting.
Yes.
The Runaway Train one is so cool. The way it's like
Well, yeah, you
faking-
feel like you're in an animation too. Like
Yeah.
you're looking at this stuff and it looks animated, and it's not. It's just physically sitting right there, but it's like I can't tell that that's not a cartoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the art style, the artists and Imagineers into this shit.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's a fair balance between what you would consider more just like immersion rides, like the IMAX component, versus like true roller coasters? Or is it like more roller coasters? I'm asking because I'm terrified of roller coasters, like actual roller coasters.
Oh.
I do not fuck with them.
Okay. Well, then Disney is better for you than
yes.
somebody that likes specifically roller coasters.
Cool.
I would say actual roller coasters. There is Rock and Roller Coaster, which is going to be rebranded here to something new.
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain. Everest.
Well, there's the mine ride too, but that's
I didn't get to ride that one.
it was good. We did get to ride that. Very good.
The mine ride and the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're all. My wife and I are extreme roller coaster fanatics. So like when we were there, we were like, "There's not enough."
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
there's not
sure.
enough thrill, like coast, like whatever. Like I'm sure we missed some. Like where they lack in like the thrill of like height and speed, they're making up for in the theming and like that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
the experience is different, but it's not. There was nothing that like I did that was like terrifying to me.
Sure.
Like the biggest drop I had was Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is
Splash
a
Mountain.
50-foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
50-foot
Oh, just
drop.
to be clear, it doesn't matter the height of it. Like whatever, for me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like,
It's a preemptive anxiety
It's a-
around
Sure.
around
very
roller
traumatized.
there's-
Traumatized as a child is the very short
Sure,
story.
sure.
And
And
so I don't
it'll-
fuck with them.
Yeah.
It could. I mean, there's surprises. In it, you surprise drop a couple times, so it could. But you know what you're getting on. But it's also not like you're riding a roller coaster at Cedar Point where you're going shikink, shikink,
Yeah,
shikink,
that's
shikink,
that's where I'm
shikink,
out.
and
Yeah.
like you're trying to get to that top, and you're like, okay,
If
200
it's
feet,
like,
220, 240, like whatever, and then you can see out all sides, like you're watching a show
Yes.
essentially, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's a drop.
That's fine. Like if I'm thinking about like when I was a kid at SeaWorld, there was like the Bermuda Triangle experience.
Oh, okay, yeah. Was it an
and-
indoor one?
And that's an indoor one.
Fucking hate indoor
I
coasters.
I loved that life. That was great for me.
Yeah,
but
sure.
like stick me on an actual roller coaster and
Yeah.
I'm out. Like
Yeah.
So you can do an indoor coaster.
I can do like a seat where I'm not physically moving all
okay.
over
Sure.
the universe. I don't want to be on a fucking thing that's made out of metal climbing up more fucking metal.
Okay.
Like I'm not doing that.
Okay.
It's a no from me.
I think
you'll be all right on Slinky Dog.
I don't know that you need to ride Slinky Dog. It's
a good ride.
It's a good ride.
It probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, the weight is too high.
I'm just gonna level with you. Like it probably doesn't matter.
It's interesting. I would be very interested. So Disney is focused on rides.
Yes.
Like it's hard to really
Attractions.
distinguish attractions. Like it's really hard to distinguish. Like as I'm sitting here, and I've been I don't know how many times. I can't actually tell you how many roller coasters there are at Disney World.
Yeah.
And like how you would even define like what is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like Rock and Roller Coasters calls itself Rock and Roller Coaster. There's not a single moment on that entire ride where you go cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, I'm talking about like
cha-ching.
going to Six Flags and Cedar Point are no for me. Like
Sure,
those
yeah.
are like, so what I'm saying is like a traditional roller coaster, I'm probably out.
Yeah, there's none of those.
There's like almost none of those. Everest would be the closest thing because that one does have a, hey, we're going up to Everest and you're in a car and then it's like, oh, we're up at Everest. And it's like, shit, there's a Yeti.
Yeah.
Does that have a Yoda?
Right.
Yeah.
That's why my daughter wouldn't get on that because of Betty the Yeti.
But I mean, it is also like a phenomenal roller coaster.
Yeah.
And Val, who is also very like, ooh, I don't want it. That was the first one that she like broke through and was
Nice.
like, oh, these are fun.
Yes.
So I mean, like, but there's lots of thrilling ride experiences. I mean, even like Mickey's Runaway Train has like a feigned drop.
Yeah, feigned drop.
You know, like you don't actually move, but the screen tricks your brain into doing it.
That's all hunky dory. Yeah.
Those almost make me more motion sick than the regular rides.
Those ones I have a harder time with the motion.
It's because your brain's battling wait, are you falling? And your body's like, but it's not moving, but it's falling. No, it's not moving. Yeah. Make him sick.
Yeah, it's physically going up like the height and things like that that are
Rock and Roller Coaster just shoots you off and you go and then Aerosmith's playing the whole time. And you're like, God damn it! I wish I didn't like this ride as much as I do. But
don't worry, they're changing.
They're changing it. It's not going to be
a Muppets.
It's going to be a Muppets thing.
The reason I ask is it's always just it's a question for me of like So Sammy is like big into roller coasters, rides of any variety. Yeah. And so the sunk cost for me is the question of like, how much is she going to miss if I am like, I'm not doing a roller coaster. Do you see what I'm saying? I just never really did enough research.
The great part about Disney is that like, it's kind of okay if she's like, I'm going to go ride the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And you're like, cool, I'm going to go watch a show.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And like, we'll meet back up here at this, there is so much to do at Disney that is not the rides.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're kind of okay even if someone's got to ride the thing.
There's always something to do. There's characters walking around. There's always.
But I would also say that there's some things that might border roller coaster that like none of the anticipatory fear or anything.
100%.
Like you didn't get to ride it, but the Guardians of the Galaxy thing, like. I think you'd be 1,000,000% and have tons of fun because it is technically a roller coaster, but it's never like massive drops or anything like that.
Right.
And it's this new thing called
it's like Omni
coaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
the cars twist.
The cars are on a gyroscope.
Oh, okay.
And you're in a hexagonal screen tunnel.
Oh, okay.
So like,
it's more of less of a roller coaster, more of a fast train.
Fast train. Yeah.
I'd probably be fine with that. Something
with
like
some drops and some like, whoa,
right. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You know, because you're jumping through time space.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But like, that's what Disney's really, really good at is like an experience in a ride. Right.
But you forget it makes you forget about the ride itself.
And
yeah. So like when I'm at Cedar Point, because again we went on like this roller coaster vacation where we went to 4 roller coasters in a week. I rode 56 roller coasters in 6 days.
Holy fuck!
My heart hurt.
Hell yeah! It was amazing. It was before we got married. It was wonderful.
Right.
Well, the Cedar Point Platinum passes let you get into any Cedar Fair park, so we just went down the coast.
Yeah.
No, I love that people can
I'm a former
make
Cedar
a
Point employee.
fun hobby out of it. I think it's super cool.
Welcome back, riders. How was your ride? You?
I was in admissions.
Damn it. No fun.
No fun.
Anyways, but like where we were like, we went to Carowinds, which is in North Carolina, and that has a 325-foot roller coaster.
I used to live.
Did you?
25 miles.
Have you ridden the Fury 325?
I used to until I was banned from there for life.
Oh,
I used to ride it all the time.
must have snuck in as it was part of it. Wasn't supposed to be snuck into.
Contraband.
Anyways, yeah.
I think he's
enough
just
about
walking
roller coasters.
contraband.
There's like the point is there's no roller coasters. There's
Yeah. No, it's just a curiosity.
Yeah.
But when I think about it
went back after I
fiscally,
was
yeah,
banned for life.
you absolutely
that's
did.
fine.
Of course you fucking did.
Fair. But I couldn't get a season pass anymore.
Well, certainly not.
Nothing with
No.
your face on it. Just like
They have like I'm just envisioning like the wanted Red Dead 2 photos of you in the admissions office. Yeah.
I'll check next
Making
time I'm
that
there.
face exactly the ooh.
Caught red-handed.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for answering
Jesus,
my
that was-
question.
Of course, you'll enjoy
Would you
it.
plan a trip? because Sarah also will not touch one.
Well, that's also the best way to do it. The best way to do it is to go with a mixed crowd of people that are
want
in
to ride
and
versus
out,
not.
and then like nobody's got to be by themselves.
Right.
It's just like, okay, we're gonna drop you guys off at this, and then we're gonna go do stuff that you would hate, and then we'll be back.
I was just remembering in 6th grade we went to Six Flags for like the 6th grade trip.
That would be miserable if you hate roller
I just held everybody's backpack for like a whole day.
Nice. You're a fucking Sherpa.
Like me and one of my, I was just like a fucking camel with bags on bags. And one of my other friends who allegedly was like going to hang out with me and forego.
Allegedly.
Gone.
Yeah.
Bye. See ya, dude.
Friend. Allegedly.
Nah, I'm still friends with him, that little dick. Anyway. Anyway, that's all. It just made me think of that.
Oh,
Really
well,
funny.
Big Dog, I'm glad to have you back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Glad
happy to
you
be
had a
back
great
here.
time.
I'm sad to be out of there.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That 100%.
If there was a way to live in that experience without it costing approximately $2,000 a day,
more people would do it.
Right.
well, it like there is something to the concept of like all the problems with Walt Disney himself as a human being and maybe some terrible beliefs that he held on to.
Sure.
Frozen in the park.
There is something to the idealized version of reality that he was trying to sell. Like, this is what the world could be like.
Sure, yeah.
And you're like in it, you're like, yeah, kind of could.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the way, it got perverted to be like, and it could be the most expensive and capitalism. And you're
Right,
like,
yeah.
You're like,
I don't.
Did you already ruin everything else for me?
Yeah.
I thought.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Capitalism.
Yeah. But, yep. But it could all just kind of work that way, and everybody could just walk around and have fun and things could
Sure. Utopia is the
A
word.
utopia.
Can't do
Plutopia?
that. Can't do
Got
that
'em.
without socialism. Socialism.
Man, I'm on fire today.
Gooftopia.
Gooftopia.
I'm in.
I'm down.
I'm in for a gooftopia. I'm,
Go away there, Max.
Anyway, my dogs. So just wanted to touch base with everybody. What we been playing? What we been watching? Me personally, because I don't want to finish Expedition 33. We'll talk about that later. I went deep into my purchase games that I've never played. And I started Lego DC Supervillains.
Into the archives.
Lego DC Supervillain.
Yeah, so you make a villain,
Okay.
Okay.
Custom.
Nice.
In the DC universe.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
and then hijinks ensue.
Okay.
You link up with Joker, Scarface.
Okay.
Nice.
Scarface? No.
Scarecrow?
Two-Face?
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow? Okay.
Scarecrow.
What?
Clayface.
Clayface. Scarecrow.
Clayface.
Scarecrow.
Riddler.
Two-Face.
Two-Face. My face is
Yeah.
God damn.
Batman's got a face thing, apparently.
I guess
Yes.
so.
Ooh, on a side note, this is hilarious to me. I saw, one of them like man on the street interviews.
Yeah.
Because like a dude was wearing a Spider-Man shirt. And so somebody was like, who's the smartest character in DC? And he was like, Bruce Wayne or Lex Luthor. And that guy said Bruce Wayne, and I cut off the video.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like, this man ain't never read a comic. Off rip. That's the one we started with.
It's the smartest
And-
off rip.
Was immediately the wrong answer. It was crazy. It was a wild thing to watch. I'll swipe away from that one. That was wild. But yeah, so I've been playing that. Haven't watched much. I need to start Ironheart, but I heard mixed reviews and now I'm scared.
I started Ironheart.
It's good.
Don't worry about reviews.
I'm
Yeah.
2 episodes in. Liked both of them a whole lot.
Cool. I didn't even
I
know
don't
it was
like
out,
reading
so I'm excited to watch them.
I wasn't a Riri Williams fan in Wakanda Forever.
I was not I did not think that Wakanda Forever lived up to
Yeah.
the general excitement, fervor that Black Panther set up.
Sure.
I agree.
Understanding and recognizing that had to go through
Big ass shoes to fill and wild things to
a
attribute to.
massive
Yeah.
pivot from whatever they were expecting
sure.
it to be when they originally conceptualized it.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
Chadwick.
I mean, yeah, you keep going.
Yeah.
I can talk
No.
about it when
No.
I go.
I 100% understand because I'm in the same boat. it's an impossible task. And what he did with that impossible task is still impressive.
Yeah.
However, this is me personally. With me. Mm-hmm. The views and opinions are my own. I don't like Shuri. I'm gonna say it. I don't like her.
Okay.
She don't do it for me.
Okay.
She's kind of annoying.
Okay.
That's me though.
That is you.
It is me. I acknowledge that.
His opinions are not all of ours.
100%. That's me though.
I really like her.
Yeah.
I really like her too. I think everybody. I can't speak for everyone. I don't think everybody was ready to move on.
Oh sure, 100%.
From Chadwick's
legacy for sure.
Black Panther portrayal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like,
not at all.
Like we narratively skipped like 3 movies to earn the concept of like, and they earned it in the movie. They show you the grief. They try and make it not too much about that.
Right.
But perhaps we maybe as an audience needed more of it.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Because it didn't really like sink into that end where she was sitting on the beach and then just started crying. And that was kind of like, now you can grieve.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that was the concept of the story. But the whole thing was rough, not necessarily like Shuri's fault though. As a
not
character.
at all. Not at all.
Sorry. Okay, it's not emergencies.
Okay. Got to double check.
And so
the bat phone
was going crazy. But I think I agree with you. I like the character a lot.
Yeah.
I was not ready for the character to step into the shoes of being the Black Panther.
Chadwick was like the greatest of all time. Like, which was such perfection for that fucking role.
And just every day I hear a new story about Chadwick, and every day he was a beautiful human being.
Yes.
See, that just seems to be the case.
I think that's the problem. We need more beautiful human beings.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I've been playing.
Okay.
Trying to move on.
Just gonna line these
Have
up.
you been playing Expedition 33, or you feel like you're at a place where it's over once you do something, and so
I was trying to do like some like side stuff. Exploring because I got the SKA ability to fly because there's a bunch of shit in the sky. I don't know. If
I've noticed all the stuff in the sky that I can't get to.
There's a bunch of shit up there.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, I forgot you started. I'm sorry. So there's a bunch of shit up there.
Okay.
Probably
Eventually you can get up there. Try to explore because it's definitely like go here.
Yeah.
That's the end of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I've definitely hit that point.
Okay.
You are in Act 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
how many hours are you in then? Like do we finally know how long the game takes?
No.
I think first off, the Xbox like assumptive thing is going to have a really hard time with this,
right? Because some people go off on side tangents.
Yeah,
and I don't know that it distinguishes like difficulty level that you're playing it on, right?
Sure.
And so like
right.
I think I'm at like 30 hours though.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm technically at the end.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it.
Right. Sure.
Oh, really?
Right.
Okay.
But I'm saying like if it's like a Final Fantasy and we're at like 112 hours, I'm like I'm probably not going to play because I'm never going to finish that. But 30, I can get there. Yeah. I can get to 30.
And that's great. Like I said, that's me doing.
It might be 4 months.
A bunch of side shit. But yeah, I've been doing a bunch of side stuff.
Nice.
Hey, that game hard.
Yeah. Very hard.
That game hard as fuck.
Yeah.
It is still on story mode for me. One of these side activities beat my ass.
Okay.
And I mean handedly.
Yeah.
Like I got beat like I stole something. The shit was crazy.
It's like, hey, you think you're good at this game? Watch this. Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bud.
I don't want to
go fuck yourself.
I don't want to do too much like spoiler stuff. Did you fight like one of the bosses in the continent that does the bouncing? Mm-hmm. You fought that guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Parried my ass off. Because that is the only way.
It's the only way to beat him.
It's no timing.
I know exactly what you talk about. Because did you beat him?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
He adds 2 bounces every time he bounced.
Oh, you're like, okay, 1, 2.
I'm a fucking trigger figure.
I literally turned my controller sideways. Like, just literally turned my controller sideways. So I had access to no buttons except all fingers could parry. Because you can't, like, you get to attack him, but you do no damage.
So little.
Like,
damage.
so little. And I'm like, oh. Like, my brain is, I've ran into a boss that I should not be fighting.
Sure, yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll give it one try. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it one try. When this guy wipes me, I'm just going to go somewhere else because clearly I'm not supposed to be.
Right, yeah.
Sure.
And sure enough, guy's got one attack.
Just one.
It just increases by 2 every time he uses it. And so you're like, okay. Oh, it's still going. Okay.
But if I remember correctly, he like once he got to a certain number, he just exploded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
He basically just beats himself up trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
It was such a fuck you.
It's a fun little
Button mash game.
it's a different challenge because it's rhythmic and and so like every measure he gets faster.
Oh, okay.
So he's adding 2, and then it's like, and then you're like, okay, wait, okay, all right. And then you're like, that's why I said, like, literally, I'm like 4 fingers, like, okay, I can do this.
It was fun.
It is fun. It's a fun
really
little challenge. I did get it the first because fortunately there wasn't anything other than just rhythm.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I can play this. I can do this.
He beat Four Finger Freddy. Got it.
4-Finger Freddy. I've been trying to do all the gestural beaches.
Okay.
Fuck them too.
Oh yeah, I still have to meet some gestrels.
Yeah. So we talked about like the gestural beaches. I was literally thinking about our conversation of like what do and don't I like, what's rewarding about difficulty ones. The gestural beaches that are like made to be a 15 to 20 second run. I can sit there and have fun with those. The whole like the parkour one. The part like the 32 like beat the parkour course in 32 seconds.
Yeah.
It was like a time trial.
Okay.
Right. And then there's one that's like a volleyball.
Oh, nice.
I haven't beaten the volleyball one. I can't.
So when he gets stuck on Expedition Sports.
Well, I'm also struggling, but I'm not frustrated with it. Because the whole thing takes 15 seconds to do.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, fine, whatever. The climb up to the top of Mount Fuck You.
Dog. Listen.
I am not spending 5 fucking minutes to get to the top of this thing and then falling off and then going back. No. Absolutely. No checkpoints. Absolutely not. I fell to the bottom of that thing. He's like, you want to try it again? I was like, absolutely not.
Dog, listen.
There's nothing I could want to do less than climb that thing again.
The screams my girlfriend heard. Because once I started, I was like, I'm not going to stop.
Right. Yeah.
I climbed, fell off in like 15 seconds. I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll try again. I see what's happening here. Yeah. And then I like get up, I'm like, oh, okay, this is long.
Right.
And then I get like almost to the end. And because you're playing a platformer in a game that is not inherently a platformer.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a little clunky with the jumps.
It's a little clunky.
Yeah.
It's a little clunky with the jumps. Yeah. And so like you can go like, all right, I'm lined up. I can do the jump there. I should do that. Your character's just
just doesn't jump.
No.
Fucking grab.
Because it's like, it's an auto grab, right? So like you jump to a ledge and the character auto grabs and you just like, and then like fall to the ground and you're like, wait,
what the fuck?
Where was the auto grab there?
Right.
Like, I'll snap.
I'll put it right in your chest.
This is what's going to do it.
Yeah.
Mantle, you son of a bitch.
Let me take my antipsychotics.
Yeah. And like, yeah. And so I just fell to the ground. If I bleed for the rest of this podcast, I did not realize how hard that was.
You really did just.
Yeah, I did.
Hit that big
I
hard
did.
spot.
And it's made of metal. So
It is, in fact,
Yeah,
you're
it
okay.
is.
But yeah, so it really concreted, like, because those are not like difficult boss. Like, there's no boss mechanic, whatever. And we're talking about like Super Meat Boy and that being a frustration game.
Sure.
But like, why that didn't, and I was like, oh, the gestural beaches are proving to me exactly this, because there's no boss timing or whatever, and these ones that are made to be like you got to do them 40 times to really get good at them.
Yeah.
But it's 15 seconds you failed.
Yeah.
15 seconds you failed. All right, cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Or 30 seconds you failed. You make me climb a tower for 5 minutes and then take all my progress away. I'm gonna go do something else. I don't need this swimsuit that bad.
Yeah, I don't need it that bad. That's
Just so
funny.
beaches are just like the metaphorical like bubble ring game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You just pushing the button to shoot the rings up to the legs.
Yeah.
I know you've been on vacation.
Yeah.
What you been playing now?
I played a good amount. Around good amount. So a couple of hours of Portal 2.
That's a long time in Portal, really.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, probably 3 hours worth or so in Portal 2.
That's like 30 puzzles.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, shit.
I'm still getting used to it. No, but I was playing it on my Steam Deck and it was good for the plane, and it's I love the comedic whatever that's going on in that, and the two characters or whatever that I've actually met so far. Always, hello. Yes, it's me. Mm-hmm. Yes. No, we did not order the pizza. Ooh, there's anchovies on it, small fishies, huh?
I actually do kind of like anchovies on pizza.
Okay.
I'm a sick fuck.
Oh, my grandpa used to eat them. I would do it, yeah.
Oh, they're calling back. That's great.
Cool. Just keep calling. I don't think they'll hear that. The anywho's cool game, very neat. I really like the puzzles and all that stuff. I like the scenery and that, and the music sounds cool.
Yeah.
But the characters are really neat, and I love the snarkiness of. I don't even know the characters' names. So like I'm basically now working for the bot that I killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. Do you know what's her name?
GLaDOS?
Gladys.
Yeah, GLaDOS.
GLaDOS.
Mm-hmm.
GLaDOS.
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 Like Glad OS.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like a GLAD operating system?
Yeah.
You mean?
I love all that.
Don't
Is
be
that
mad.
the joke?
Get glad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, it's I just love the satirical, like they're super snarky in the way she's like, even though you killed me, like whatever.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're working together, like whatever.
So good.
So like I really liked that. It's very, very enjoying for me. But when I got back, I did play some Expedition 33 and cried. So fucking goddamn it.
Yeah.
And so, because I didn't cry the first time, but then I watched somebody play like that first introduction chapter.
Yeah.
Dog, I bawled like a baby.
Got you.
Didn't get me while I was playing it though. That's what I thought.
That's crazy.
That is interesting.
That's crazy.
Well, I had volume up,
I
headphones
cried
on.
just thinking about what might happen during the gommage, and then it happened, and I cried more.
It was wild, and I don't know if I was like emotionally like defeated, sort of, I guess, because I was just getting back from a super busy week, and then I also saw Elio over the weekend, which was the new Disney flick.
Yeah.
Also, like Big Hero 6, kind of like just a fucking
Pixar, right? Though?
I don't know. I think
so.
Yeah, one of those guys, one of those big guys. But I was fucking crying in that movie. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was very good movie, very good. But yeah, prepare yourself.
It doesn't matter how many fucking times I watch Big Hero 6. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry every single. It doesn't matter.
Movie. Hero.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, so that's what I played. Expedition's great. I love playing it so far. Hopefully I can get some more time to play it.
Expedition 33.
Expedition 33. And I'm honing in on Charlie Cox's voice too. Like I hear all of his mannerisms and how he speaks and whatever. And I'm like,
I didn't realize like concretely how he as a person
right.
has a inflection and a speech pattern. Because this is a completely different voice than what he does for Daredevil.
Sure. But it's a different accent, but it's the same speech pattern.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's why
Yeah.
It's very cool though.
That's cool.
I love good acting in that.
Big Dog, what you been playing?
Quite obscure. I've been playing Expedition 33. That game's got its hooks in me so thoroughly that like I played that. I've been playing that. I've been playing more Void Crew.
Nice.
That game is also just like right up my alley of Sea of Thieves and system and management, space exploration stuff. So I've really, really enjoyed that game. The more runs we do and really haven't gotten so good at it to where like the runs are going longer even yet. It's just like I've gotten I think as far as the second randomly generated boss. And that's it. But it scared me.
It sounded like it had stuff in it.
Yeah, that sounded a little dicey.
Is there police outside?
I don't know.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
The
fine.
noises of this building.
Yes, it's old.
Yeah. So I've been playing those two.
EXP33.
I peeped the Bellatrix stream.
Yeah, we gold staked checkered deck on stream the other night. That was pretty fun.
Keyword, word for me.
Yeah.
We got the
Those are all of that made perfect sense.
Check
What I'm
out
talking
the
about.
goes wackle doodle.
We used our planet cards with the tarot to get the Numenors.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
That sounds impressive.
The first two parts weren't nonsense. Those were actual mechanics of that freaking game.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
God, I mean, Bellatrix is so good.
Good job.
I do need to say when we did our game of the year podcast or prediction stuff, and I said like concretely, I don't think that Expedition 33 will be my game of the year. I don't know that I can say that.
You fool.
I know.
You fool.
I'm not saying that it will be, but I can no longer concretely say that it won't be.
We're probably above 80%.
Because it narratively is so good. I still have all of the problems with it that I have had with it.
Sure.
It is still way too hard for me to physically enjoy as a game.
Right, yeah.
But narratively, man.
Yeah.
I was playing Void Crew with Joe and Jules last night.
J Security.
And I told J&J Security. And I told Jules that I feel like Claire Obscura could have been written by David Lynch.
Okay.
Like every answer that the game gives you, it gives you two more questions.
Sure,
And it never and none of the answers are just like, expositionally, this is what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I just got to like a really big reveal in the game, and literally the exposition is, what did he mean by that? And the character that he said it to was like, I don't know.
Cool.
You got answers, and then he's like, and then this, you're like, damn it!
1 step forward, 2 steps
I thought
back.
this game was over, and it's very clearly not.
So what do you think 2029 for Claire Obscura movie?
Oh God, I have no idea.
boy.
Like, I'd be surprised if someone doesn't try and do it, but I don't.
It's gonna be attempted.
But I don't
But
know.
will they execute it?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
I mean, they better.
Yeah.
Because they would have to. Like, yeah.
I'd watch it.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got an Until Dawn movie,
And then
and it's not good.
then I started watching Ironheart.
There you go.
I'm 2 episodes in. I almost started the 3rd episode, but it got really late, and I was like, I should go to bed. And so I did.
Was it like 5 in the morning? There?
It was 2 in the morning.
Wow.
And I decided to go to bed.
Look
Look
at him.
Yeah.
progress.
And I was in bed by like 2:30. I
Nice
fell asleep.
work.
I turned on some Raffle, watched a Bellatrix stream, and fell asleep.
I'm once again proud of you.
Yeah, thank
Right,
you.
yeah. More words I know.
Yeah.
More words that make sense to me.
I think Ironheart's really good. All of the criticisms that I've seen so far are that it's very slow, and that is fine with me.
But like, all of these series have been like that.
You're right.
Like it's like
100%.
the first 3 or
100%.
4 episodes have been just like that.
Yes. Here's
slow
the
build,
information.
slow build.
And that's the way that stories are told.
Yes.
Isn't that
Right?
weird?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So
it's strange.
The problem is if it's slow build, payoff sucks ass, then I get the criticism.
Sure.
But if
Sure.
it's slow build, holy shit, that payoff was incredible, then it makes it so much.
And I feel like the criticism of slow build doesn't make sense after WandaVision exists. WandaVision arguably is one of the slowest builds I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, 100%.
But that payoff is aggressive.
Man, that show.
Oh dear God!
like the wildest wind up.
Oh, for real.
And that punch is hard.
You're just watching the fist the whole time. Like, oh, here it fucking comes.
And you're like, I'm ready.
And I think,
take me.
I think too, like, you kind of hit something on the head with the like, oh, this guy's never read a comic book in his life. I do think we're in a stage, and I'm not saying this from a gatekeeping standpoint by any stretch of the imagination. MCU invited all sorts of people
100%.
into the world of comics.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
And these are not comics.
No.
But they are stories being told with reverence to comics.
Yes.
And characters that were born out of comics.
100%.
Yes.
And they are comic book stories
Yes.
being told on screen.
Right.
Absolutely.
Every week that you get a new issue of the comic that you haven't read for the last month, until you get to summer events, which is when the culmination of all of your heroes coming together and doing a thing, right? Like right now we're in, not World War Doom. I keep calling it World War Doom, but it's
You mean out there in the world?
out there. No,
He's
the
talking
Marvel
world
event.
actual,
The Marvel event right now is Doom has taken over the world, and it's very, very good. And all your heroes are coming together, and it's a big thing, right? It's your secret invasions, your civil wars, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
People that were invited into the MCU via the movies got their onesie-twosie movies of heroes, and then they got into the Avenger thing, right? And then the movies started having more heroes in them, and Avengers until they build and build and build.
Right.
I have, as a comic book reader, viewed those as the summer event culmination,
Sure.
right?
That's
Like,
what they are.
like we even got a Captain America movie that was named Civil War, which was a summer event culmination series that spanned a million different titles and all sorts of stuff, right?
Yeah.
The Marvel TV series, to me, are and I think the spot that they're filling, and they should continue to fill, are now filling what the Phase 1 MCU movies filled, which is this is where your single issue Iron Man, Loki, Iron Heart.
Yeah.
I want to see them move the Thor movies into. I don't need a Thor 5 movie. I want a Thor Disney Plus series where you take the time and you have a small stakes story that's just focused on that. Because every time you make a giant stakes thing now, you're going to beg the question, where the fuck is everybody else?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Your audiences are going to ask it. Comic book audiences ask it, right? You have to keep the stakes more contained, tangible, like, right? And so you can't go to these individual hero shows and go like, well, the stakes are small.
Well,
Right?
Yeah,
And,
because
like,
they are
they're on vacation.
individuals navigating their individual tasks, which are not always as large of stakes as when they're all together.
Yeah.
Gee golly whizzers.
yeah. It's
Last
got
I checked,
like
Loki
that?
was admitted.
Gee golly wizards.
Gee golly wizards. No, I mean, and so I mean, something being
crotchety
slow,
motherfuckers.
the threat not being imminent yet in Ironheart, like, great,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Like, and mild spoilers or whatever, but like, it's all focused on like grief and trauma and like what happens when you just feel like you're too good to even like that stuff will slow you down, right? Because Riri's went through a very traumatic event and it's just like, I'm smart and I don't need to process and deal with that, and is immediately
Skip
thrown
the stage.
and is immediately thrown into what happens when you don't.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting. I was drawn to the stories that were being told. I think everybody in it is been fantastic in their roles. So yeah, I don't care. Like in comics, I didn't care about Ironheart as a character, and I did kind of think that the MCU was setting us up for Rescue to kind of pick up that mantle.
Sure.
But I'm glad that we're here because this story so far has been very, very cool and very interesting. And is all of the MCU movies hitting it out of the park? No. But I do feel like we're in a pretty cool space right now.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts was awesome.
Still haven't
Still haven't seen it.
It's good.
Somebody said we would see
Got to
it
be
in
closing in on Disney Plus here soon.
Yep.
Yep.
Just count the beads.
Right. Counting beads. Oh no! What have I done?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
How was Anthony Ramos in that? The Hood, I think, is his name, his character's name.
So he's only been in like he's only been in about 15 minutes of screen time. He's where I am at in the show so far. He is just beginning to like become a full-fledged character.
Okay.
That being said, the thing that I Googled after episode 2 was done was
Who is Anthony Ramos?
no, not who was that. Was like, do I remember this character?
Right.
Oh.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I did the same thing in Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the painter's name. And now I just forgot it.
Yeah. Muse. Yeah. And I didn't. I had conflated the character that I think he is playing, because it's not exactly, I don't think it's been said yet in show, with a different character. And then Google said like, no, he's playing this character. And I was like, okay, cool. And I actually don't know very much about the character he's playing, like from the MCU stuff. So
cool.
But it's a very interesting villain if he's gonna be the actual villain.
Okay.
I'm not really like, that's what's cool about where the show's at right now. And again, people might say slow, but there's not a clear antagonist.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, right now the antagonist is I guess billionaires.
Okay. I was gonna say life itself.
Life.
Yeah, kind of that.
Yeah.
I mean, very much so what the show is driving home is that like it's a manner of stakes and circumstance, and like they're very much so driving home the concept that like Riri is probably every bit of as smart as Tony Stark, if not smarter.
Sure.
And the difference is that she does not have $1 billion.
Gotcha.
So
she's got to be a little more.
she's building it. It's kind of the like Iron Man built it in a cave,
right.
Sort of concept, and which is true,
Right.
But then he got home and had access to his billions of dollars,
sure.
and
Somebody got that wrong.
this is very much so like you can't have access to $1 billion. Like everything she's trying to do, although she did get an opportunity that she flubbed because of the aforementioned.
30 French people built it in a cave with a box of scraps.
There we go. Full yeah. No. So I think it's good. I really enjoy it, and so far, I guess I'll wait to see.
Yeah. Right.
That'll be a one to watch.
We'll
Those are the shows that my wife tends to watch, like WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and then that kind of stuff. So I mean, because we saw does that pick up after Wakanda Forever? Is that okay?
Yep, that stuff's all happening.
All right, then we've seen all that, so that'll be one that we can watch. Cool, great.
Nice.
Add it to the list.
And the beautiful part about it is that none of the shows that I've watched so far really have that much homework assigned with.
Sure,
it, right?
Loki is, I don't know.
I think Loki is the homework for everything else.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on for Loki. I know my wife was confused the whole time we watched Loki. So there's a lot of, I mean, that was when they first started getting into that multi everything. This is a different version of this guy, and that's that version of like whatever, right?
They've never, I mean, Loki. If anybody is the type of viewer that stumbles up on something not giving you an answer, but moving forward with a narrative, Loki is going to be a rough watch because, Loki is just nothing but like it's questions, right?
Right.
What
and
ifs?
Kind of in many ways, and so that's going to be if your immediate thought when you're watching something and the show hasn't explained it yet is, oh, what did I miss?
Right, yeah.
Loki will be a rough watch for sure.
Sure.
For sure. And not to, because that's the kind of show that it is.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
It's supposed to be it's a universe hopping, time traveling show that has a mystery involved in it.
And the answer to some of those mysteries come from shit that isn't Loki.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And a dope soundtrack.
Yeah, very good.
Also that.
The payoff at the end of 2 seasons of Loki is a lot of answered questions.
Sure.
And I think a really, really important, beautiful story for that character.
And Jonathan Majors. He was proven innocent. I don't want to hear it.
Tom Hills.
I don't think that's how that. I don't think that's how that went.
But I said I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that's how that went. I think money and charges dropped is how that went. In the civil suit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Anyways, moving on.
I don't think you're
from
getting
that.
Kang back. I think. Yeah. I don't think that's
Yeah, I
happening.
don't think it's gonna happen.
But they already did so much groundwork.
Yeah, it's not.
yeah,
happening.
it's. I don't think it's.
It's not happening.
It's not gonna.
Yeah.
They already
Maybe.
did so much groundwork.
No. This is not James Gunn making a dark tweet 20 years ago that he thought was funny.
Yeah, we're not there.
Yeah. Nope.
That's a different.
That's a different beast.
That's a different
Yeah.
plot.
So, Rachel, what you been doing?
Let's see. So video game wise, I beat main story of Outlaws, which
Nice.
the payoff on that was, I know you haven't finished it, so I will keep spoiler free. Payoff on that was nice. Like it felt good. You're gonna hate the final boss fight because it is an irritating situation. Just a heads up.
I just won't do it.
okay. Call me when you get there, and I'll tell you how it is.
The game is beat to me.
I'll try it.
Final cinematic.
I just found it was just cumbersome. It's one of those mechanics in a like boss fight that I was like, for the love of fucking Christ.
Oh yeah.
Secret health bar?
No, like
Just did
all I'm
that
gonna say
shit
is
last night.
all I'm gonna say is hide and seek.
Gotcha.
Hide and seek.
Oh yeah.
Whack-a-mole.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's it makes sense narratively,
Sure,
but
yeah.
it's a frustrating play. Like
Yeah.
coming from somebody who loves to do the same shit over and over again with like an interesting boss, I was like, I'm gonna put this down for a minute because I'm gonna get fucking mad.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, and the payoff of that interaction is
Sure.
good. I'm on to DLC though. There's 2 DLCs,
Okay, nice.
and one of them is Pirate Treasure. And
Pirates!
Arg, matey?
Huh?
Arg?
It is really cool.
Space
Because
pirates.
they totally made your like main person that you're interacting with for this DLC. It's Captain Jack Sparrow.
I was gonna say it's gotta be Captain Sparrow.
it is Star Wars Jack Sparrow.
Okay.
Why is his name escaping me right now?
Sparrow Jack.
Sparrow Jack.
Something with an H.
I thought it was Holdo.
It is Holdo.
Oh,
Or no, Hondo.
No, Hondo.
Yeah, Holdo is.
It's Hondo.
Hondo. Yeah,
Hondo.
I thought it was Hondo in this, but I
Yes.
wasn't sure.
I mean, he's
Which is who you interacted with
on the Millennium
on
Falcon.
the Millennium Falcon.
yes,
Yeah.
he's
Hondo
great.
Civic.
Sure, he's
He's
yeah.
super fun.
He's even got an accent.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
perfect. Yeah.
That's been really fun so far. And then I have one more DLC, like
Yeah.
big mission. It's several sequential missions in a
Cool,
row. That's really
sure.
fun. I like the K-Vest character a lot. There's a cool ending interaction between like her and another character that's super important to her, and like it's good stuff.
You're still playing K in the
You're still K
expansions, right?
in the
Okay,
expansions,
okay,
yeah. But
okay.
just like K gets some peace, like some emotional turmoil piece that I
Yeah.
thought was important,
Okay.
which is pretty cool.
And then you just move on to shenanigans.
And then
Right,
it's
yeah.
shenanigans.
Okay,
Now
cool.
we're on shenanigans,
Right. Cool.
and it's great.
All right, I'm better now. Let's do this. Let's go.
My brain
surfing.
feels better. Let's go steal things.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah. So
but this time for fun.
yeah, this time for
fun,
funsies.
Like, wait a second.
A little
it,
good.
it feels pretty low
the
stakes,
band.
but like
Balancing healthy.
one of the interactions that they created for the beginning of DLC is like all your shit's gone.
Okay.
I mean, it's pirates.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they stole all your shit. So that's super fun. I've been enjoying that. I started a new Game Plus playthrough of Elden Ring with Ari.
Here we go again.
I'm gonna tell you though, I learned something. Everybody at this table would love New Game Plus if I just like beat the game and then handed it to you, because
Okay.
you are so fucking strong.
Okay, I was gonna say overpowered.
You are so fucking strong.
The enemies don't scale?
They do scale, but I was level 70. Fucking, I don't know. I was
right, yeah.
pretty
So you
strong.
were still very strong, even to strong people.
correct.
Right.
And so like, I mean, I remembered how some of the bosses worked, so I've beaten like the first. Why are you making that face?
How many times can they hit me before I die?
Like 4.
Yeah, that's way too
That's way too fucking small.
Nice.
That's similar to Expedition.
If you don't heal fast enough,
Ooh.
then yes,
Okay.
like 4.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you heal, maybe 5.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
Because the problem with you handing me New Game Plus is I'm still not going to know how to play it.
Yes.
So
That's fair.
So I'm gonna get hit.
As long as we can download
Yeah.
your brain.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
sure,
the
yeah.
Matrix.
I'll
We need
put
to
that on
download
the
your
jump
skills.
drive and
Yeah.
pass it around. Yeah.
Yes.
We download that into the Matrix.
Yeah, I will
Right, yeah.
definitely get right on that when I get home. Pass it
No,
out.
so
I know
New Game
Kung Fu.
Plus.
Yeah, New Game Plus has been great. Through the first
trying to hit me.
3 bosses. Like technically the one that's supposed to kill you at intro to send you,
Right.
To the place where you get introduced to what you're doing here.
You're like, fuck that shit.
And I was like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna beat this guy. And then I did it, and I was like, oh damn,
I didn't know that was an option.
I'm good at this.
I'm powerful.
Look here, peasant.
So that's been fun. And so Ari is just like, who do you want to kill?
Right, yeah.
Let's go. And
So
so
Monster
like
Hunter.
that's no, well, no. It's Ari was just like, so where do you want to go? Like, how do you want to treat this? And they actually introduced a cool concept for me to think about this game in a new way, which I thought was really neat. They were like, think about it as like look at how your character's scaled right now. And like I have ironically a faith build.
Okay.
And yes, except for big swings, big swings and big and big magic. And so I was like, maybe I'll think about it from the perspective of like, who's the most blasphemous in the land and needs slaughtered next, or like right.
Gotcha.
And so
wanted posters.
yeah, or either that, or I'm just gonna go rescale and be big bonk and just carry on around like one of those big hammers and just doink,
Nice.
big bonk, you dead. I don't care who they do. Like, give me the biggest one, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we'll see. But that was
Harley Quinn style.
an interesting, Harley Quinn style. So that was an interesting.
Oh, I didn't know you were playing DC Supervillain.
Yeah.
Lego.
Lego.
DC
DC Supervillains. I've never played a Lego game. That's not true. I played the Harry Potter one for a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the only one
I played the Star Wars ones. Were those the first ones? Was Lego Star Wars the first Lego?
I have to. I feel like yes.
It's got to be one of the earliest, but I know I used to play Lego Racers on N64, so I don't know.
Yes. But those are different.
Lego game. Yeah, they're not like first or third person, like
third
walk
person
around,
action
whatever.
adventure, build the things that you need to play.
Yeah.
But that was
I have
On
to assume
Xbox
Star Wars
360, I want to say.
had to assume Star Wars very early.
It
Gotta
feels
be.
like it was.
It got to be first. You feel like you would just go for the biggest IP you got, and that's
You'd think.
that one.
Yeah. Yep. I did kick off Breath of the Wild.
Oh.
okay on Switch
on
2.
Okay.
Switch 2 remastered.
Nice.
I know it's coming. Calm down. I'm gonna play it.
You said it was in your cart like 2 weeks ago.
It is
That's
still
all
in
I'm
my
saying.
cart.
What?
Do you want to pay for it?
What? What's still in your cart?
I'll be
Expedition
quiet.
33.
EXP33.
Oh, shit.
I'll be quiet. I'll shut the fuck up. That's what I heard.
You got some change in those pockets. I'm playing games I already have right now.
Hey, listen, dog.
I just got back from Disney World. I got nothing. There's nothing left.
I got these 2 pennies to rub together.
Lego Supervillains.
I'm still paying off Disney.
So you have negative dollars.
I'm still in negative dollars
Yeah,
from
Negative
whenever,
Disney
however
dollars.
many months
Yeah.
ago I went to. That was in February? Yeah. Because
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah. So
Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
please
watch it like thousands of times.
Please.
So they'll send us $1.
We
can do it.
and then
from
we can
Disney.
all split that dollar.
We all split $1.
25 cents a piece, y'all.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey. 25 cents at a time. Paying off Disney World.
That's what we
Yeah,
gotta do.
that's all you
next.
gotta do. That's that minimum
85
payment.
years.
Yeah. Depends if you're hitting your monthly interest charges.
Ooh, you're not gonna do it out of the corner.
Breath of the Wild's fucking beautiful.
Nice.
The frame rate.
Does it look good on the TV?
It looks so
Yeah.
good on the TV.
Nice.
You're playing the expensive, right?
Well, it was free to me, but yes.
Well, but yes. You're You're playing the Switch 2 Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Switch 2 edition.
Not Breath of the Wild just running on a Switch 2.
No.
Okay.
Right.
No. Breath of the Wild on Switch 2, I loaded it up first just to see. Even that is honestly a substantial improvement.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the Switch 2 edition,
Right.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. It feels so good.
Nice.
Combat feels good. Exploration feels good. So I'm just gonna like putz around and just kind of do whatever I want on that game. But I just wanted to viscerally experience it. You know, I wanted the aesthetic enjoyments of it. So I think that's what I've been playing. Still chipping away, a few 15-minute days here and there on Stardew.
Yeah. Putting in my work.
Putting in my work on Stardew.
Rich Jobs like, sorry, I gotta take off. What do you gotta do? I gotta put him at 15 on Stardew.
Yeah.
Who you romancing? That's what I'm curious.
I was literally just going to ask the same question. Who are you trying to marry?
Spooky girl.
Okay.
Spooky good.
Abby.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool now.
Marceline?
I liked Leah too.
Leah,
Archie
I don't
girl.
like how this is gonna sound mean. This is gonna sound off. I don't like how easy Leah is.
Oh, okay.
One of her loved gifts is a salad, dog. Here, I don't.
When I saw
Leah needs some standards. Right? I don't know. He brought me a salad. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And mommy, I'm gonna marry him.
What? Okay.
I feel like I taught you better than that, but all right.
Or perhaps they didn't. She gets home. Someone finally brought me a salad. I told you the man would bring you a salad.
I told you he'd come one day.
The salad bringer.
At least Abigail like Jewel. Jeez,
Sure did,
make me
yeah.
work for it.
Yeah, make me go in the mines, baby.
You know what I'm saying? At least.
The great leaf giver.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with Stardew. What I've been watching is Star Wars. So we did go through not an obligatory, but Sammy just like wanted to know. She was like, "What's the I'm gonna bite the bullet, hit me with the prequels." So we watched them, and that.
Oh, the original. Okay, the prequels to the Star Wars.
Oh yes.
Okay,
The prequel trilogy.
No.
gotcha.
Yeah, that one.
Those are some of my favorite movies.
There's some cool sound effects.
I'm not gonna fall for that.
I'm gonna smack
You
it.
barely like Star Wars. Well, actually, if you barely like Star Wars,
Then
maybe the
probably
Maybe
reason
you do
would
like
be- No, I'm just saying.
Because they're not really Star Wars movies.
But she just for the context, she was just like, "Let me see them," and I was like, "All right, let's buckle up, baby.
Yeah.
These are horrible." She
Yeah.
hates
Do
them.
not look away.
Didn't like them, but
They're like train wrecks.
we did watch Obi-Wan right after.
Oh, nice.
And the feeling of Obi-Wan right after was like, okay, and this makes up for a lot of
Right, now you
things
can
for
breathe.
me. Like, sure. I was it felt timeline good to watch Obi-Wan after. Like, just that felt a little bit more, I don't know, it felt a little more meaningful. Christian Haydenson's performance in that, phenomenal. Ewan McGregor performance in that, phenomenal. I love Kid Leia. Give me Kid Leia all day long.
Oh yeah.
So
Leia.
Obi-Wan was a great watch. We've like decided to just kind of go in a little bit of like chronological order here. So and watch some Star Wars. We're just watching the hell out of some Star Wars. I'm still watching Clone Wars.
Plenty to watch.
On the side. I think I'm in like season almost 2.5, close to 3.
Nice.
Okay.
That's good.
Is this your first watch through of Clone Wars?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I actually can tell you, I've not seen all of it. I at one point watched a lot of the episodes that were like the must watches of Clone Wars. Like there's this list
There's a
of,
list,
yeah. So I've watched them, I think all of those, but I've not seen it all story arc by story arc.
Sure.
Clone Wars. So the answer is yes and no.
If you watched that list, and you said you're at about season 3, okay. If you've watched that must-watch list, you're about to enter the point where you're gonna stop going, oh, this is new to me. Because that list is basically like 3 episodes in season 1, like 5 episodes in season 2, about half-ish of season 3,
And all the rest of
70% of season 4, and then from 5 on, it's just like watch all of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So you're about to roll into the zone where you're like, oh, okay, I've seen all of this.
Yeah. I've watched a lot of like compilation need to know stuff too, even if I haven't seen like every single episode.
Yeah.
So I am very familiar with like what transpires, but I've never watched every single episode.
Yeah.
Some of it will probably actually be new to me because like I didn't retain a ton.
Yeah.
Sure.
But anyway, so
There's a lot of information to retain.
Clone Wars is so good.
and then Ahsoka.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Ahsoka. But we're also going to watch Acolyte. We've not seen Acolyte.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Here it comes.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Chronologically, where does the Bad Batch fall?
Right after the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Literally, Bad Batch starts with Order 66. So technically, the Bad Batch is alongside of the events of episode 3 and alongside of, I mean, it spans over actually like a span of years.
Yeah.
So I can't exactly say where it ends.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Probably going to watch some of Rebels too.
Mm-hmm.
Just hit me.
Yep.
Anyway.
There's so
and then I'm
much.
also watching The Bear, which I don't know.
Nice. Did the new season start?
Yes.
It did.
Are you guys,
I have not watched any of it because that guy will forever be Lip from Shameless to me.
man.
Sorry to him.
That's
man, he
Oh, wait,
kind of
no, I was about to say
he
something
kind of
stupid.
still is Lip.
Yeah.
And like in some ways, you probably should watch The Bear.
I think I would very much so like The Bear. I think it would be very good.
It invokes lots of anxiety for me.
Um,
It is an anxiety invoking
That's
show.
definitely how like the first 2 seasons feel.
The Christmas episode.
7 Fishes.
Oh my God.
I couldn't breathe.
I didn't breathe for an hour.
That episode and when he screams, "Get the fuck off my expo chef."
When I talk about Belatra.
7 Fishes and "Get the fuck off my expo chef."
Yes, yeah.
That episode
Yeah.
that is like 14 minutes long.
Sure.
Both felt like it was an hour and also felt like it was 30 seconds.
Right.
It was the most as a person who is very knowledgeable in film and has a strong film background, you are going to appreciate The Bear for that alone, let alone your Italian heritage. You need to watch The Bear.
Okay. All right. I'll watch it.
Yeah, just like my handprints are just firmly ingrained in
You're
my
not gonna
couch
give a fuck.
cushions.
It's a good show.
I've
on
been,
the
watching
list for
I've
eventually.
been watching the rehearsal.
Okay.
Okay.
Big Nathan Fielder, man.
I love Nathan Fillion. Fuck yeah.
Nathan Fielder.
Oh, I thought you said Nathan Fillion. Never
Take
mind.
that back.
Take it back. I literally just said that concept about Nathan Fillion, though, earlier.
I'm sorry.
No.
Love Nathan. Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion.
I'm really sorry.
Nathan Fielder's cool, too.
Nathan Fielder.
Whatever. I was a little surprised by it, but I was gonna roll with it anyway.
Okay, fine. Yeah, no, check that out for sure.
That's all I got. Obviously, Expedition 33 is on my fucking list. I'm gonna play it.
I'm not gonna pay for it. Check made in my ass. I'll shut the fuck up.
Hey, listeners, we're going to talk about Expedition 33 for the next 17 episodes.
Probably. Yeah.
As more things keep coming out and as more of us complete it,
Right, yeah.
the motherfucker is good, dude.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us something that's worth playing?
Depends on how
Please?
long. Depends on.
I mean, I'll take
Now?
it.
Yeah. Depends on how long it takes Tremayne to finish it.
Right, yeah. When he's ready.
When I'm ready.
When you gonna be ready?
I don't know. I'm so scared.
Yeah.
Because, like, here's the thing.
Okay.
I love the story.
Sure.
Sure.
I have a small grasp on the story. I am confused. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right, yeah.
But I know I'll get that closure, but then like I'm not gonna New Game Plus it. I know
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that shit.
I'm gonna ask a question, which is mildly spoilerific, but hold on. No. It's I'm just saying mildly spoiler. Okay.
Okay.
The big lady at the monolith that is the picture
Sure, yeah.
of this game, which
The
is like them,
Paintress.
the name of the
Paintress.
Paintress,
Okay.
right? The image of this game is them getting ready to try and fight this lady.
Yes.
Sure.
Right?
Indeed.
You're very interested. The first 2 minutes of the game, you're introduced to the fact that she's the one that's murdering people based on whenever they turn into an age, right?
Okay.
Yep.
And you go on these expeditions. The point of the expedition is to kill the Paintress.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay?
Okay.
I know that I am about to enter that fight. And I know that you are past that point.
I am.
Only because I called my friend who has beaten the game, and I was like,
is this it?
Yo, I am at what I thought was the end of this game, and now it feels like I'm in the middle of this game.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, you're
in the middle.
You're
of
in
this
the
game.
middle of the game." And I was like, "Okay,
Fuck.
All right."
But he also explained to me, he was like, after the fight that you're about to do, it's kind of an at your pace. Like the game's at your pace. Like you can kind of just beeline it to the end.
Yep.
Or do a bunch of side stuff and then go to the next part of the end of the game. So my question to you is, did you get a bunch of answers that then produce more questions?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Hell yeah.
Hella answers.
Okay.
And then confusion.
Okay. Yeah. So far, that's this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
here's a bunch of shit.
Inverse pyramid of questions, answers, and then questions.
Yeah. It's like a Hydra.
Questions. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm confused as shit still.
So
it's like a good confused.
Yeah.
Like I have a grasp on what's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can kind of like guess sort of maybe
You ever seen
what's gonna
Lost?
happen. Are they gonna wake up from a dream or some shit?
I hope not.
So why'd you have to say it?
Is that what happened? I never saw Lost.
That you never saw Lost?
I thought they were in heaven.
It was either they woke up
purgatory.
from a dream or they were in purgatory. It's one of those things.
Gotcha.
I
just heard the
can do
ending
it
wasn't
because I never gave a shit about.
Oh no, I don't give a shit about the show.
Yeah.
That is the kind of shit that makes me want to set the world on fire. Though. Like when that was all a fucking dream.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I was in college when the Lost thing began, and then like all the fervor continued after I was out of college. And so I had that group of friends that just like season 1 through fucking whatever 7 on the whole Lost thing.
Too many.
And then the payoff just wasn't there. It was one of those things where like they finished it and they're like, God damn it, I wish I didn't.
Right, yeah.
Not because
Should've stopped last season.
Yeah,
Stopped
not
last season.
because like of the feelings that like, oh man, I wish I
that shit
still
was
had more time with this.
Right, yeah.
No, I started that show. One of my friends was like, the ending is really bad. Really bad. And I was like, oh.
Okay. Well, cool. Thanks for letting me get off now.
I'm out of here.
I'm not gonna watch. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what happened to me. That's why I didn't watch.
Yeah.
To Sopranos.
So do you think like with that narratively increasing wonder, right? Are you in a push-pull? Like, do you want to get the wrap up to your story, but you're afraid of not having your time with the game anymore? Or are you afraid that the payoff won't be there?
I'm scared that the payoff is going to be ass.
Okay.
Because a lot of questions answered.
Yeah.
A lot more questions.
Uh-huh.
And I'm scared the answer to the big questions
Yeah.
is going to be like, here's a paperclip. That's the solution.
Right, yeah. Now you
42.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're gonna inception it, is what you're saying.
Interesting.
I'll
Was he
lose
really
it.
in a dream?
I'll-
Was he
I'll
still in a
snap.
dream?
You crash the fuck out.
Crash the fuck out.
Yeah.
Crash out Kelly. He back.
Yeah.
No relationship.
Interesting. I could see if I didn't have the recommendation of people that I know that would have they would have thrown their Xbox
Right, yeah.
out of their fucking
Sure,
house
yeah,
if
yeah.
that had been the ending
Sure.
and have finished the game. I guess I have that security of knowing that like the people that have told me that they finised and loved this game.
That is a comfort to me.
Yeah, like I feel comforted
Unless
knowing
they're playing
that,
a dirty, dirty trick on you, Drew.
yeah, no, these are the people that like if they make a recommendation to me, I
Yes.
like drop what I'm doing and put it on
wholeheartedly.
go like, all right, let's fucking do this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Resolutions are subjective.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But do you feel, since those friends have recommended these games to you, that you have an emotional attachment to them?
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, like
On a
yes.
tight time schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. But it gives me a peace in like knowing the risk of engaging with something is gone, right? Especially with somebody with not a lot of free time. Like a beeline to you will enjoy this and I don't have to get 20 hours into something going, fuck it. That wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Which is fine. I don't like lose my shit over that concept or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just always a bit of a bummer to be like
I really
20 hours into
in.
something and they're like, all right, well, okay, I think
I could have been playing something else.
I think I'm bouncing off of this.
Yeah.
That never feels great.
Yeah.
And so to be able to start something, feel all the things that I felt about Expedition 33 so far and be like, hey, nobody that that would be like, hey, Drew, maybe don't.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Jared is one of the friends that I'm talking about here. And Jared knows me very well. One of my
security.
Huh?
J&J security.
J&J security. Those three have not necessarily met each other. Yeah, I do have a lot of good friends that I've never realized this until right now.
A lot of J's.
A lot of J's.
Josh,
yeah.
Yes.
My middle name is James.
Oh, Jesus.
Mine's Joseph.
That's 6.
Mine's Jelizabeth.
No, it's
Jelizabeth!
Jolene.
I'm so mad at the fucking half a second where I believed that. If the listeners hear me sound aggressive at you at that, no, it's not. It was an internal. It was me projecting my internal anger at the fact that I was like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Perfectly normal Rachel Jelizabeth.
Rachel Elizabeth.
No, so one of my dear friends, Jared's been talking to me along this line. Told me he loved it, and he absolutely. For people on the only audio version of this, Rachel just spit her drink out.
Perfect.
He got me so good.
It's a water ride. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, I feel good caring as much about this game because I have the security to know there's somebody who knows me is telling me I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
Right? And if I don't, it's not oh well, right?
That's one strike, Jared.
Yeah.
Two more and you're out.
Got another J around the corner.
Yeah. You don't want to know what happens at 3.
Right.
I have replacement J's waiting.
Yes. Jerome. You're up, baby.
Oh my God.
I just don't want to get to Jacob. I don't really like Jacob.
I don't really like Jacob, but he's there.
Sometimes
Willing to take your place.
Are a lot of dudes just names starts with J? Is that a thing?
There's a lot of J names.
I
A lot
mean,
of J names.
John,
one of my
Jacob,
favorite people
John.
ever is named Jacob. Actually, they're both named. 2 guys that I'm super close with are both named Jacob. One just goes by J and the other goes by Jacob.
The other one's John Jacob.
Yes.
Yeah.
John Jacob.
Jingles.
Schmidt.
Jelizabeth.
Elizabeth. John Jacob Elizabeth.
Oh God. Anyway.
Oh, God. Yeah, I think that when someone makes a recommendation in a game to me, anytimes a game's come out of our conversations, there is a different.
I bought Portal 2 before I left here.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, you picked up Outlaws after I started.
Absolutely. Yeah. There is a different emotional attachment that I'm able to have with a game because I'm not starting the game guarded going am I gonna is this gonna miss?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because somebody who knows me well enough to know the types of games that I would like to play.
Someone you trust.
Yeah, someone you trust has gone hey, I think you would like this.
Right.
It's not on them if I don't.
Right.
Because,
Their heart was
everybody's
in the right place.
Huh? Yeah, exactly. But I get to go into the game going I don't have to feel guarded about being excited about something.
Yeah,
right? Nothing's
right.
about to burn me in or I don't feel like something's about to burn me. And usually if one of those recommendations is off, it's just a peculiarity thing, right?
Yeah.
It's
Right,
just
there's a quirk about it.
It's
that
a
you
quirk
didn't
about
really
it
feel.
that didn't hit for me.
It was the boss fights.
It was the boss fights. Which, by the way, I did get to a secret health bar boss fight in Expedition 33.
Oh, no!
I was like, of fucking course. This game just doesn't want me to like it as a game.
It is actively saying, no, you shouldn't like me. You shouldn't want to play with me.
Yeah. But it's all I want to do.
But I love you.
There's a fight.
Yeah, my relationship with Expedition 33 is apparently extremely toxic.
It would appear so.
And that's okay. It's mine too.
Yeah.
there's a fight in Expedition 33 that I am excited for you to get to. It's not like a main fight.
Okay.
Like you have to like choose to go there.
Okay.
But once you get there, you'll know.
I have seen 3 like open world bosses that just I looked at them and I was like, if I can avoid you, I'm avoiding you forever. Like I just looked at it and I was like, no, that'll piss me off.
Yeah.
And just like was like, can I? Okay, I can. Cool.
Yeah.
Those are the things I run straight to.
Yeah, I'm just like absolutely not.
See this fight.
Yeah.
Stumbled onto it by accident and it stressed me the fuck out.
Yeah. So
avoid Red Forest.
Avoid the Red Forest. I think when you go to enter the Red Forest, it says danger, and I was like, "Yep, nope,
I believe you.
I believe you.
No, thank you.
No one's telling me I have to go here, so I will not."
Yep.
See, these are the things I'm exploring. I don't.
All right, easy, Bell.
Oh,
God.
man.
Don't go into the West Wing.
Yeah.
The West Wing?
East Wing, West.
If that's what
west.
you're bumping up, or if that's what you're bumping up against on Expedition, I can guarantee if the dangers are optional, no danger.
I choose no.
Not danger for me.
No danger for me.
Yeah, no danger for me.
Right.
I'm gonna fly.
What I look like, Red Riding Hood? I'm going to see
No,
Grandma.
yeah, I think. Well, that was the question that I had proposed in chat. Was like how do Rex work? I did want to say it's very funny that you're having trouble wrapping up Expedition 33 and you're starting Breath of the Wild because that for me, Breath of the Wild was a game that I still to this day have not beaten.
No way.
Because of that feel. Well, Zelda was the first game that I ever like beat and felt depressed after.
Sure.
And it was specifically because of the like, I wish there was more time.
Right, yeah.
Sure.
To engage with this world, and specifically Twilight Princess.
That's fair.
I felt that the most, and Wind Waker, I felt it a little bit as well.
Yeah.
But like Zelda's were the game, so like with Breath of the Wild, I enjoyed my time with this. I beat the 4 Divine Beasts, and then it was like, you should go beat Ganon. Now I was like, never going to.
Thank
No.
you.
I know what it's like to beat Ganon. I'll just look it up on the internet and just keep staying here.
The credits will roll and the game will be over.
Yeah.
And I'll be sad.
Yeah.
And depressed.
And it's not because I don't find them narrative. It's because like I want to, now I don't have to keep playing this game because there's narratively something for me to do.
Right,
and Zeldas maybe aren't the best about being like, go do the game more. It's
Yeah.
usually like it kicks you back out to right before the
Correct.
the
Yeah.
game
And
fight was
it's
finished.
everything about the world is exactly as you left it right before you beat Ganon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's tough to want to reemerge back into for me anyway.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been making a lot of game recommendations to each other. I recently, like yesterday, thought like it popped into my brain. I was like, I've been playing Expedition 33. Joe, who I play Void Crew with,
J2.
J2D2.
if we're doing it in that order, Jared is J1.
Okay.
Because he's the oldest.
You're all getting numbers now.
Nobody's getting numbers, but anyway,
You may
gotta
pick
buy
up your
Joe.
placard at the end of the line.
Meet us at the local tattoo shop.
Joe.
Whenever their birthdays come up,
Shirts.
J1.
Okay.
J2.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm not going to do that.
I'll do it.
I recommended to Joe, like, hey, you love the From Software stuff, and you like weird narrative stuff and all this sort of stuff. I
Wacky
really
characters.
think that you would be into Expedition 33. And like 4 hours later, he messaged me. He was like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
And he told me like on the call, he was like, all right, it's on Game Pass. I'll download it. And then like 4 hours later. And so it just made me think like, oh, I know that I subconsciously do it, but I've never thought of like, why do some of those games wind up being my favorite games? Is it because people know me that well, which is certainly probably part of it, but am I engaging with a game differently when someone recommends it to me?
Almost like there's expectations.
Yeah, but like the expectations feel like I do like this.
Right.
Like, almost
Yeah.
for me, I think that there's maybe part of that to it.
Yeah.
I feel like so I love my friends, I really do. But my closest friends, they're Lucas and Nicole. suck. I love them to death, but they fucking suck.
L1C2. And I can't spell.
But there are games.
There are 2 C's in Lucas and Nicole, which is a really interesting.
I tagged into the C's.
Yeah.
There are games I'll get a recommendation to from Lucas. Lucas is more Call of Duty.
Gotcha.
Call of Duty shoot 'em man.
Yeah.
Type vibes.
Gotcha.
And
You
me,
can be a Ninja Turtle.
and me and Nicole is the person I've played A Way Out, It Takes Two, and Split Fiction is now on our docket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nicole is my duo.
Okay.
Lucas is my violence.
Okay.
He's my Luther anger translator.
Okay.
Hi. Yeah. So
If you have a Lucas anger translator, are you his Lucas anger translator?
No,
or he's mine.
yours. Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Terrifying, right? But
I
those
am uncomfortable.
they lean towards very specific. They know what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In those very specific niches.
Sure.
They can't recommend me other things.
Sure.
Because they don't know other things that I play, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
Like, fucking, I'm not going to play a sports game with Lucas or Nicole. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But
Yeah.
sports games are what I grew up playing.
Yeah.
Sure.
But point is, they know me very well, but they don't know other parts of me that well, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Sure.
But the thing that they do recommend to me, I do enjoy. Like, for example, Lucas recommended me Aliens Fireteam Elite.
Okay.
Okay.
That shit goes fucking hard.
Nice.
And
Right.
it is terrifying.
Yeah. That game's pretty fun.
It's so good. And then, like I said, Nicole and my duo person, we played It Takes Two. We played A Way Out. I bought Split Fiction, so we're gonna start that at some point.
Nice.
Didn't realize Split Fiction came out in 2025. I definitely thought it was a last year game, and I don't know why.
Yeah. No.
So my game of the year might change depending on how this event goes.
I hear that game is fantastic.
yeah.
I just haven't had somebody to sit down and be like, "Can we play this game at the same time?"
Yeah. Multiplayer's not a thing for me anymore.
Oh, damn.
It can be.
It can, but everyone's on real late, and I don't play late.
I don't play late.
Well, and on that, like, so like all my friends, my gaming friends or whatever, we don't have conversations like we do. So like, anything you guys would recommend would take precedent over pretty much anything anyone else would ever recommend to me.
Yeah.
Just because we've talked about how we've gone into depth, how much, my ins and outs of things that I enjoy and all that kind of stuff. We don't have those conversations really. We just talk about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not talking about, you like wall running and you like the guns to feel good and you like, whatever. Is there big titans? Whatever.
Yeah.
Is it smashing? Can I run through the game? Is it short hours? Or,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
We don't have those conversations. So when we talk about something, then those things I obviously would jump right on or whatever, or trust your judgment on those things.
I agree 100%. Like, because of us talking more, when I sent that message in like the chat, I got $50 free. What am I buying?
Right. Yeah.
Anything y'all would have said would have gotten downloaded. I guarantee.
Right.
Yep.
Well, good thing we didn't waste your money.
Well, and to that point, like the Xbox money, it was just like my brain just immediately went to like almost everything I'd recommend you right now is free on Game Pass. So instead of buying one game,
Spend the money on Game Pass for more.
get like 3 months of Game Pass and get 40 games that are pretty
Outlaws
good.
is on Game Pass.
Huh?
Outlaws
It
is
is.
on-
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No.
I thought it was.
Weird. But just the Survivor series or the Jedi.
Survivor is.
Yeah.
Not Outlaws.
Oh, interesting. Oh, because Outlaws is Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Not Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like stealth though. I don't think I could do stealth.
I also
Same.
have not finished Outlaws yet, so can't fully recommend it. But Rachel.
If you don't like stealth, though,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
my
not
bad.
going to be for you. There are moments where you can tackle things with just like, I'm going to blow it all up now. But that is really hard early game. It's easier later game.
Yeah.
On story mode,
Is it fine?
it's fine.
On-
So we can just
on
go loud all the time.
Normal, it's not.
Here's here's how my K works.
Okay.
We go in with the greatest of intentions. We're not going to kill anybody this time.
Yeah. And you pull the wrong trigger.
And then you accidentally shoot them instead of stun them.
Stun them.
And then the guns accidentally on murder. And now we've done a murder. So
let's do more.
Let's kill everybody.
Right. Well, if they live,
they're gonna tell.
They can tell people about it.
Yeah.
And we're not in
no face, no case.
We're not in a position in the galaxy where we can afford that.
Yeah,
right.
we're gonna have to do all of them.
I was never here.
Yeah.
Besides their empire, kill them all.
Listen, I learned I couldn't do stealth.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there are, right? They're all empire.
Mostly.
Ooh,
sure.
Oh, mostly is not a good word.
Mostly is not great. Listen, I learned I couldn't do stealth when I tried to play Assassin's Creed, the one that's in Egypt. I can't remember the name. And I ended up fighting like a whole city.
Yeah.
Just one guy running.
It's a very Assassin's Creed-ish engine, so it's probably not going to be for you.
I fucked up one kill, and then 100 people was here.
Yeah. It does feel like that in Outlaws sometimes. You put just the knife. No.
Get away from me.
Sticking them with the hidden blade. No, stop.
I didn't mean to.
I don't get very many video game recommendations other than like at this table.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of my friends are really not like super big gamers.
Mm-hmm.
If Jessie recommends a game to me, I will always give it a shot.
Sure.
She has a little bit of a different play style than me in some capacities, but in others we're like right there. And then I do have another friend who keeps I love him so much. This is like, I've known him since we were both 7 years old. If you're listening to this, I'm really sorry.
A lot of J's just chat today.
If Jay recommends a game to me, it's because he wants me to like the game.
Right, yeah. Sure.
Not because he
knows
thinks
you'll
I'll
like
like the game.
He wants to play the game with you.
And he wants me to like it.
Yeah.
And his video game style of like the stuff he enjoys most, outside of both of us liking FromSoft, is drastically different.
Sure.
Like, he is a old school RPG, like he's an MMO guy. He that's not, you guys would play so many games together and have so much fun.
Sure.
He was like, play Dragon's Dogma, and I was like, I'm gonna throw myself off a cliff. I can't do it.
Please play RuneScape
Monster
with me.
Hunter. RuneScape, Monster Hunter.
Please play Fable.
All that stuff.
Fable's great.
Yeah, I do like Fable.
Yes.
Fable's good.
Fable's good.
I've never played it.
Oh, Fable's good.
Famabile.
only
And
played
we
the
grew
first
up
one.
playing a lot of the
There's like
same
9
games together, but
Chicken
I
chaser.
know 3 are on Game Pass.
are
I think there's only 3. I think there's
well, they're gonna do a new.
There's a new one.
Fable?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Fable
There's
4
2,
might
right?
be in a bit of a Grand Theft Auto 6 situation.
Yeah, I
gotcha.
think
if I'm
it
remembering.
is.
The perpetual machine.
Yeah. But yeah, so I appreciate that he thinks of me.
Yeah.
Right.
And like that he wants me to enjoy. He wants me to enjoy the game that he's enjoying
Yeah.
because
I want you to be happy.
He wants me to be happy. But usually
game that I know.
he'll send me
it'll
like
make me happy.
a name of a title, and I'm like, oh,
No.
I look it up, and I'm like, no,
Right,
no, love you so much, no.
Yeah.
But I am the kind of person that like it's always strikes a special little piece of my soul if someone's like, hey, I saw this thing and it made me think of you.
Sure. Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
it's not for me. So like on the chance that it's a game that is a big hit for me,
Yeah.
then I have like a super big emotional attachment to it.
yeah.
Otherwise,
It's like a gift.
It's like a
Yeah,
gift.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
It's
it is
the
like a
that
gift.
keep on giving.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have emotional attachments to other games for other reasons, of course, but if somebody recommends it to me and I do fall in love with it, then that game forever is like up here, even
Right,
through the
yeah.
passage of time, and if the game is now ass.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? So
It's a good way to
That was
look at
very
it.
fair.
Definitely a gift.
it's a gift. I like that.
I think
like
that, I think that part's really interesting because like multiplayer games are inherently like connective.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Like you have to but gaming in itself has been so connective because what predates in gaming, like everybody will sit down and play something together.
Right. Yeah.
At like on a console is going to an arcade and
Sure.
playing games with each other and
Yep.
like high scores and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
There's this through line that's always been communal. And so even playing like a single player story game, it's like, I want to talk to somebody about it.
Yes.
I want to tell somebody about it.
Yeah.
I want somebody to play this with me, right? And it's always so interesting. And I'm so communally game driven.
Hit him with number 3.
God
Place
damn.
Lucas for the
Hey, they gotta stop going to that Taco Bell.
food poisoning, dude.
Oh boy. Been
Anyways,
through that.
You're communally focused
yes.
gamer.
No,
And then-
like I play a lot of multiplayer games, but like, we talked about FTL and Void Crew being like having like an FTL mechanic. That game's a single player game, but
Right.
I have played that game communally before, just like somebody's in control and like me and you know, another person who like in a very specific genres of games, but like my friend Bob, not a J.
Oh.
Haha.
Bob Jones.
Very
The one dude. Okay.
but I play a lot of like mechanics driven games, like the factory games and stuff.
Sure,
and me and Beeb play a lot of those together.
Yeah.
And FTL we played together, just like one of us in control, and then we like communally make decisions because you can like pause that game whenever you need to like kind of go like, okay, everything's on fire. How are we going to solve this?
Yeah.
Right. We even like solve really difficult Sudoku puzzles together. And so I was thinking about that in correlation with this, and like there is something associated with that community element of gaming that when it hits, and it's not always going to, it just drives something so far up because now we're all sharing these individual experiences together
Around the campfire.
Around the campfire.
Yeah, you actually super fast just triggered a memory for me, which was when Fallen Order came out. Sammy was so sick and still was like, I got you a gift for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And had downloaded that game onto the PlayStation before I got home.
Awesome.
Nice.
And so I'm like, wait a minute, maybe it's the fact that she gave me that gift. And even though that game was super hard and a little bit new for me outside of Bloodborne and I had suffered through Bloodborne, her giving that to me made me be even more diligent about wanting to beat it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I had that extra emotional attachment because she's like, I saw this game and it made me think of you, so I bought it.
Yeah.
Awesome. I have never experienced that in my entire life.
Me neither. Now I'm sad.
I want to hug you both now.
I'm gonna go watch Elio again.
Well, we'll see what Portal brings.
Like, oh no.
Oh no.
God damn it. I'm just gonna keep a Home Depot bucket of tears. No, here we go again.
Honey, what's that? My bucket of tears.
It's a reminder.
Portal does mask some of this like more emotionally stuff in comedy.
Right, yeah.
But you definitely, I'm just not like playing all the stuff.
I mean,
that
everything's
you
falling
end up-
apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Let
yeah.
me tell you about falling apart.
You're gonna have some moments. It'll be okay.
You're
buckle
gonna
up, Ron.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna
Sweet.
learn stuff about that potato you're carrying around that makes you go, oh man.
Potato. I don't have a potato. Am I a potato?
You have a potato.
Okay.
Do you have? Maybe you don't have a potato
I
yet.
don't have a potato yet. I'm gonna find a potato.
You're gonna find a potato. Shit.
Oh man.
I'm so excited.
That's one enough.
I've never found a spud before.
And then once you get deeper into Expedition, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, Expedition.
Just go ahead and get that bucket.
Bro,
Yeah.
I gotta find more game time.
Yeah.
That's fair. You play Lego DC Superman.
What are you playing Expedition on?
My PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
You can
using
run
Game
it?
Pass.
Okay.
What?
You can run it.
Just barely. I would say the in-game graphics aren't the best. It's not. It's actually not running too high. It feels pretty optimized, surprisingly. But no, I'm running out of time with my machine because they're no longer supporting Windows 10
Ooh.
at the end of this year, I think.
Yeah.
And I can't upgrade to 11 on my machine.
Oh, okay.
So like my machine's like, hey,
If
it's
you
time.
could, help!
Put me in the trash, please.
Good news for you, Ron. I just paid off my Micro Center credit card, so it's time.
Are we all going shopping?
Can you please pay Disney off?
Katie, don't watch this. Katie, don't watch this.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Dog?
Put the card away.
I'll figure it
Put
out.
I will pay the premiums. I want a PC so bad.
Yeah. No, it still runs pretty. It still runs pretty good. I'm again like it'll be one of those things like I just have to because I edit the videos for this on there too. So I don't know. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll see. If it dies, we're in trouble. This is what I'm saying. I do have a Mac Mini backup, but we'll see. Anywho's.
All right, dog.
Yeah.
It's been an episode.
Yeah. Take a breath, listeners.
It's been emotional.
Yeah.
There will be tears.
There will be tears.
But I've been your boy. I've been him. I've been him possible. Tremayne laughs. Make sure you like, comment, share. We need numbers. We need numbers.
And that's the way to get them.
Yeah. By begging.
By begging and pleading. I get on my knees.
We can't.
Betty, it's been the SydeQuest.
That's a different website.
Yeah. It's a clicker. Yeah.
/SydeQuest. Anyway,
Don't go to there because if that is, it's not us. If
yeah.
that exists, it's please God.
Yes.
I hope that it doesn't exist.
I'ma
And
head
if
out.
it does, it's not us.
My feet are not on there. Hobbit.
Anyway,
feet. Maybe they are.
been the SydeQuest. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Circle back to the flipper feet.
Don't go to that website, please.
They're big and oily.
Big and oily.
Damn.